Hytale's Blockbench plugin was updated today, and now model makers can use a Hytale preview scene and player reference model to better understand the size of the models that they make for Hytale. We were also shown a very impressive Hytale mod, and macOS is officially supported for Hytale's January 13th launch, so welcome to the daily Hytale update. There are 8 days until Hytale releases. Stick around because we learn a lot of cool stuff today. After the Blockbench update came the announcement that Hytale will release for Mac OS on January 13th, alongside Hytale's Linux and Windows versions. It will run on any Mac with an M-series chip, and you can see the minimum and recommended computer specs here. For some reason, dev/null was the one who announced this, which strikes me as a little odd because I thought he was more of a web developer guy, and I figured Slikey or Simon would have announced something that is this important. But I am happy that it was him, because he's been one of the best devs in terms of interacting with the public. I had an issue once when I first tried to make my Hytale account, DM'd dev/null on Twitter, and he fixed it and replied within a minute of my message, which was just so awesome. Long story short, this guy is a legend, and it's very cool that he got to announce such a big thing. Simon added a little about performance on Macs, saying he bought a used Mac Mini for $200 US and got 60 FPS 180p at somewhat low view distance, which is pretty darn good considering how much new computers and new computer parts cost right now. He also showcased a 45-second clip of a 2D survival game mod for Hytale that a dev made in their free time. My brain cannot process what is happening throughout the clip because there is just so much going on, but the fact that such comprehensive mods can still exist in Hytale is very cool and encouraging to see. This mod will not be released with Hytale and is unlikely to be released to the public. As Simon says, it is very encouraging that developers are having fun with Hytale during their free time and not just treating Hytale as their job. The code for this mod cannot be released to the public because the legal process would take too much effort for Hypixel to make it worthwhile, and supposedly the mod doesn't follow best practices for coding anyways, so there'll be better examples of good coding from the community. Slikey has a list of features that are critical for mods coming very soon. I can't tell if he means that the features will come soon or that the list will be released soon. A bit of pose law going on where it's hard to tell what people mean in text, but he says it is only one of many lists and that he'll try to post it next week. Currently, Hytale's modding has many limitations that prevent mods like Create from being made, so there is a lot of work for the team to do. Hypixel plan to work with modders to figure out what's important and the best ways to implement those features, so hopefully they will eventually be able to support mods like Create, and possibly even crazier ones. After what feels like months of waiting, but realistically is a lot less, anticipation, teasers, and even some delays, Hytale's worldgen v2 blog post will be releasing at 10 AM EST tomorrow. I'm very hyped to read the post and not understand any of the tech or modding stuff they talk about, but admire all of the pretty screenshots and visuals. Maybe they'll even throw a graph in there. The 10 AM release time is a pretty big problem for me, unfortunately, because my first class of the whole semester is at noon EST, which means I have to leave home at 10:30. That gives me half an hour to write and record any video I want to make about this blog post, as well as reading the blog post itself. Although it's very possible I simply will not make a video about it if I have nothing cool to add, in which case it'll be covered in tomorrow's daily Hytale update. So if you want to see my breakdown of the blog post, make sure that you're subscribed to my channel so that you either see the full video or the daily update for tomorrow, depending on which I decide to make. Until tomorrow, stay happy.